Hi, Simple Finance. How are you? And we are live. Say hi if you can see me. If you're watching on replay, hashtag replay so that I know that you watched. Just setting up my equipment. Just bear with me. I know when you do these things for the first time, it's like, oh my gosh. But I'll just have a countdown and then we'll be back in 2 seconds as I check the equipment. Hi, Simple Finance. How are you? Welcome to the Cashflow Management Challenge. If you're watching live, say hi so that I know that you are there. If you're watching on replay, hashtag replay as usual so that I know that you watched. If you're putting in any comments, please allow StreamYard to use your details so that I know who it is that's commenting. And we already have someone saying hi, Natalie. Please, Facebook user, allow StreamYard to tell me who you are so that I know that who's commenting. So yes, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you. Let me know what part of the world you're watching from. I'm currently in the UK, in Kent. Today it's drizzly and just, proper British weather. Very drizzly, very wet, very. No, it's not that bad. It's not that cold. Last week was very windy, but now it's not so windy. So it's, it's getting better. So let me know where you're watching from. Comment if you're watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube as well, just put in comments and allow StreamYard, because that's what I'm using to be able to appear on both platforms, to let me know who it is that you are. I think it gives you something, allow StreamYard something. Yes, so just click on that and it'll let me know who is watching. So yes, for those who don't know me, my name is Natalie Mpesha. I'm the founder of Simple Finance for Small Businesses. And the inspiration behind Simple Finance for Small Businesses was that I've always grown around small businesses, and I have seen the amount of hard work that is involved running a small business. My parents are small business owners, my grandparents, my aunties, uncles, everyone around me is a small business owner. And so many times when you start a small business, usually it's because if you don't have a job, maybe it's the only way that you're going to get employment, the only way you're going to put food on the table. Or if you have a job, maybe the job doesn't pay you well and you're just looking for freedom to be able to make enough money to be able to sustain and live the kind of life that you want. So those are some of the main reasons that I see people starting businesses. And I'm so passionate about small business owners because you work so hard. And a lot of the times I find that there's only a small gap, and usually it's a skills gap or something that is just something small that you just need some training on. And that's why I started Simple Finance for Small Businesses, just to give some financial skills. I've worked in corporate for about over 10 years, 10, 15 years now. And what I saw many successful businesses, I mean, if you're working in corporate, that means that business was started at some point and it's grown. And at the moment, it's now a successful, it's a legacy business. It's a business which has outlived the founders. It's a business which has outlived, the people who started it. So we need to learn a lot from those kind of businesses, the corporate businesses. Why is it that they're so successful? What is it about them that makes them, successful? And what I found is, in terms of finance, what I found is many of them have structures in place that SMEs don't have, like small business owners don't have, because obviously they're experts and they have enough money to bring in the skills that they need. And then also what I found is that they have the experts, they have the skills, and then they have systems, they have ways of doing things which you would find that someone can get trained on those. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need a business degree or you need to have a university education to be able to learn how to manage your business or how to manage your money properly. So yes, so I can so the issue with not knowing or not having the skills is, is something that can be learned. And many businesses, what I find is that the business owners just need to understand what they need to do in terms of managing their money. Because if you started a business and you've never managed your money before, you won't know what you need to do. So if you can find someone who can coach you and teach you how to do that, then you're at you're better placed to be successful. And I find myself in that unique situation because I've worked in corporate, and I can come in and share with you what I see corporations doing that's successful. And hopefully, when you implement them in your business, you will see success in terms of managing your money. And it's the same, I've seen these principles and these skills also implemented in some small businesses who are really successful. So these things do work. So that's my purpose for having this cash flow challenge, because cash flow, you will be surprised, is one of the biggest reasons why businesses fail. So I'll give you some stats. About small businesses. Did you know that out of all the businesses that are started, all SME businesses, 70% of them will fail by the time they get to year 5? 70%. That means that if you're in a room of 10 businesses, only 3 businesses will still be in operation in 5 years' time. That's huge failure rate. And one of the biggest reasons, like 80% of those businesses that failed, the reason why they fail is because of lack of cash management, just not knowing how to manage the cash that comes in. And it sounds so simple. How can you not know how to manage your money? Don't you know the money that's coming in? But it's all based on habits that you have. It's all based on taking things for granted, because some of the things that I will be teaching you over the next 3 days are so simple to implement. They're so easy to implement. But if you don't do it consistently, then you will start seeing your business, developing holes, which at a split second, you should be able to know, how much money do I need for my business to survive this month? You should have those kind of numbers at the tip of your fingers. Am I profitable or not? Where am I losing money? What, where am I not making money? Where is my money going? All those things should be at the tip of your fingers. And there's such simple things that we need to do that we don't implement. So if you're watching, I don't know, if you can hear me in the Facebook group, just say hello in the Facebook group, so that I know that you guys can see me. If you're watching on YouTube as well, just say hello, so that I know that you guys can hear me. Yes. So these are some of the very, very simple things that you just need to implement in your business. Hi, yes, I can see I'm live on Facebook. Awesome. So some of these things that you just need to implement in your business in order for for it to make a huge change. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And hopefully, even if I get to impact one business, even if one business out of the room of 10 businesses that were not going to survive and make it to year 5, I'll be so proud that I can start influencing and changing that statistics, that 70% of small businesses fail by the time they are 5. By the time it gets to 5 years, that's a huge number. And the biggest thing is cash management. So that's why we're here today. I'm going to, yes, we've got someone who says, hi, hello. Please allow Facebook to tell me who you are, so that because I'm using StreamYard, it doesn't tell me. So if you can allow StreamYard to know who you are, then I'll be able to know who's making the comments. But hi, thank you very much for joining. So we also, another thing I wanted to announce is we do have $10 vouchers that we have up for grabs. just to make the challenge a little bit more interactive. So we will have one for the person who's inviting and having people join. If you bring a friend along, we have a post that we'll put up for who you've brought along, and you can tag them in. And the person with the most people who've come and joined, then you can, you will be the winner of the $10 voucher. Also, we'll have a challenge for the person who's interacting the most in the group. So yes, so please, that's why we need StreamYard to know who it is that is interacting, so that we can know who to give the vouchers to. So yes, so that is one thing I wanted to mention. So who is this training for in terms of cash management? So if you find that you don't pay yourself in your business, or if you find that you pay yourself, but you don't pay yourself enough, now I can see people. Leila says, amazing. Hi, Leila, nice to have you. So if you find that you don't pay yourself enough, then this challenge is for you, because it means there's something in your cash management that you're not doing. If you find that you don't know if you're truly making a profit, I mean, you're in business, so surely you should be making a profit. You can't assume that. You have to know for sure. Am I making a profit? What is my profit in terms of money and in terms of percentage of whatever it is that you sell? How much profit are you making? Yeah, so that's another thing that you need to know. That's number 2. Number 3, if you're making sales, if you're making sales, Leila is saying that she's been waiting for this challenge like forever. Yay! But we're here now. So really, really awesome. Thank you for joining live. Yes. So if you find that you're considering, if you're making sales and you don't know why all the time you feel broke, yeah, you're making sales, you can see the customers are coming, you know you're selling stuff, you know your stuff is being bought, but oh my goodness, there is no money left for you at the end of it. Where did the money go? It's almost as though you're the middleman. You take the money from your clients and you pass it on to your suppliers, you pass it on to your employees, and nothing is left for you. Nothing is left. You're not living that dream life that you thought you're going to live. What is going on? What is going on with your money in your business? So if you find that this is you, that you're just the middleman, getting money from your customers, handing it to your clients, to your suppliers, and nothing is left for you, this challenge is for you, because it's all about cash management and how to manage that cash. So, and as usual, if money is a puzzle, if you have no idea where to start and you just know that you need your bank balance to go up, then you'll get some, it will start busting some jargon so that you can start understanding what it is that you need to do, or understand some of these terminologies, because sometimes we get intimidated by all the terms people throw around, like profit, cash flow, revenue, sales, all those things. What do they actually mean? So I'll start by just explaining what, like in business, just giving you a background, just a general view of business. So many times when you start a business, there are some qualitative attributes, like some things which depend on your personality, yeah, like your branding, your sales, your like I'm saying that like she would need a PhD just to understand the terminology. I know it's complicated. It's like, it's almost as though people use this language just to retain or keep the small, a small club, or I don't know why this happens, but really and truly, it's not that complicated. So let's think about when you start a business, you can, and someone's asking, how much is enough? I know, how much do you want? How much is enough? It depends how much you want. So, and that is all up to you as a business owner. You do have the ability to drive your business in that direction. So how much do you want? So, but then it now depends, how much can your business generate and stay sustainable, because it's all about sustainable growth. I am in the business of creating legacy businesses which will live generation after generation, businesses which, even if you don't want it to stay in the family, you can at least sell it and it will carry on living, because you've built such robust structures within it. You've built a proper finance system, you've built a proper, marketing system, all these things. And that's what I was talking about in terms of the attributes that depend on your personality. Your branding is like, you know, all about what you like, your the colors that you use, you know, that kind of soft skills, if I call them that. And then on the other side, we have the scientific, the hardcore things, which are, it's a formula. If you're not applying the formula, then you are not, it won't work, basically. So you need to get these basics right. And one of the basics is finance. If your finance, if your money management is not right in the beginning, then it's not going to be scalable. You're not going to be able to make your business expand if your principles to begin with are broken. So you have to find out what is wrong with it. And finance is one of the biggest things. It's actually even almost the single thing that you have to get right. If your money is not right, none of all the other things will work. And that's what you find in big companies as well. Everybody, whether it's marketing, whether it's people, HR, who you're going to hire into your business, who you're going to bring into your business, all these tentacles, all these things in the business, in these big companies, are all tied to finance. You'll find that the CEO and the finance director are always hand in hand. He cannot make a decision unless he speaks to the CEO. Because why? Because it's all about the money. If the money is not right, if the money does not support, if the numbers do not support, then it won't get done. So that's why this core bit, which is the science bit, which is a formula, you just need to apply it. You can't cheat in it. You can't tweak it to make it perform, create its own numbers. It is what it is. So that's what finance is. And those are the kind of formulas that we're going to be talking about today. Another thing I wanted to say is that there's a difference between running or buying and selling something for a profit. Yeah, so you buy it and you sell it for profit, and running a profitable business. So the two completely different things. So the first one, where you're just buying something, let's say you have, I don't know, pineapples. Yeah, so you buy the pineapples from the market, then you go and sell them to maybe a hotel, and then you make your profit, right? So it's very simple. You bought it for £10, you sold it for 15, and you made 5 in the middle. Very simple. But if you're running a business, there are other things which are involved. For example, how did you get to the market and how did you get to the hotel? There are transport costs. How did you carry the things from the market to the hotel? Did you use a van? Did you have your own car? So there are vehicle costs. Who did it? Who went and carried those pineapples? Did you do it yourself, or did you hire somebody to, someone who's stronger than you to come in and help you carry those pineapples from point A to point B? So again, people, the support that you have it's now beginning to become bigger than just buying that thing and selling it for profit. So as small business owners, one of the things I've found is that many people don't take that into account. You don't think about, hang on, I'm not just buying it for this amount and selling it for this amount. I'm actually spending a lot more money in between buying it and selling it. How did I get to the place where I bought it? How am I selling it? And if you're an online business, how is it that you're communicating? Unless you're using free platforms like YouTube or other things, how are you communicating with your people? How are you reaching out? Do you have a marketing system, for example, that you have to pay for? What are the things that you need to pay for in order for your business to run? So that is a huge thing that I find that is mainly the thing that once it clicks in your mind, that you're not just buying something for profit and selling it, you're actually running a business, and therefore there are other things which are involved in order for your business to run. Then once that's clear in your mind, then it becomes so much easier to manage your business. It becomes so much easier to understand your business. And then the other thing is many small businesses don't track the money in their business. So you don't, because it's so easy when you start and it's just you and it's just a few expenses, which I found myself doing, when I just recently started. It's very easy. You remember everything. You remember, how much you spent last week. You remember everything that you see coming through your bank account or leaving your bank account. It's very easy to remember. But as you grow, it's not so easy to remember. It becomes hard for you to remember what you did last week, and even sometimes what happened yesterday, because there's so much activity happening. It's almost as though you have to track everything live. You have to track it step by step by step. Because if you don't do that, what happens is that you lose track and you really do not know where the money went. And that's why it's something so simple to do. Tracking your expenses. You have to know how much you spend and where did it go. Basically, you're accounting for your money. And that's basically what cash flow is. Cash flow is you have money coming in from your clients or your customers. So that's cash coming in. Then you have how you spend the money. So your business spending that money, that's cash flow out. And then the timings, at what point do you spend the money? At what point do you receive the money? That is the biggest challenge. That is the one that can drive your business to the ground. That is the thing that causes so many business owners headaches, stress, is the timing. At what point you get paid by your customers and your clients, and at what point you pay your suppliers, you pay your workers, you pay your rent. If those are misaligned and there's a big gap between them, that is what causes businesses to collapse. And it's not just SMEs, small businesses, it's big businesses as well. I've worked in big corporations where in December, they decide, you know what, we are not going to pay anybody in December. December, we're not paying anybody. And again, so many drivers behind that. But one thing is that they are trying to hold on to the money because maybe in January they have bonuses and things like that to pay. So they hold on to the money, they pay the bonuses, or they have a priority of who they're going to pay. Do you have a priority of who you're going to pay in your business? Do you know what amount is due, when this amount is due, that amount is due? Or is it that when the money comes in, you just pay whoever has been waiting the most and then that's done? Yeah. Leila is saying that if she doesn't write it down straight away, she'll forget how much she spent and what she actually purchased. Yeah, it's a discipline. That's so true. If you don't write it down, and you can have something as simple as a piece of paper, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just a book that you use for your bookkeeping, you just write everything down that you spent on that day. Spend 10 minutes at the end of the day. This is what I did, this is what I spent, this is what I spent. Just have it there. Or if you're a little bit more sophisticated and want to use Excel, you can put it on an Excel spreadsheet. And if you want to make your life even more simple and easier, you can use an accounting software. We have like QuickBooks, we have Xero, software which are so easy for business owners to use because it's made for people who are not accounting, not savvy in accounting. So yeah, this is accounting software is amazing. And it's made life so much easier for so many people. And I would definitely recommend it. But if worse comes to worse, there's no excuse why you shouldn't track what is going out. A simple book where you write your things down, how much you spent is crucial. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of cash out. Yeah, so I'm looking down because I've got my notes. Let's have a look at yes. Here we've got tracking your money is very key. Absolutely, tracking your money is crucial. If you don't track your money, it's really, really going to stress you. And if you can allow StreamYard to show me who you are, that would be awesome. But yes, that is so true. So what are the types of cash out? So this, pay attention. So I'll give you 4 main items. They're not the only ones, but they're 4 main groupings of items. And what I want you to do is today, because this challenge is all about implementing. It's not just about teaching, it's about implementing. When you go home today, I want you to take a piece of paper or even a spreadsheet, if you so please, a piece of paper where you divide it into, let's say, 13 columns, right? One column you will have dedicated to writing descriptions. Then after that, the other 12 columns will be the 12 months of the year. So January, February, March, April, all the way to December. Now, on the row number 1, you will write, I don't know, we'll start with fixed costs, right? Now, fixed cost, fixed expenses, those are the expenses which for many businesses will stress the business owners. So those are things like rent, those are things like salaries, those are things like utilities, so like electricity, water, those kind of things, which even if you do not sell a single thing in your business, you have to pay them. So if you don't If you sell nothing, you still have to pay your rent. If you sell nothing and your employees are there and they're paid a salary, you still have to pay them. So have a think about those kind of things. If you have a car and you do your rounds, with your car, and even if you don't sell anything, you still have to buy fuel, you still have to pay your insurance, you still have to, if you're an online business, you have things like subscriptions, like things that you pay for regardless of whether you make money or not. So those are your fixed expenses. So I want you to think about them. Do you pay them? Do you pay them monthly? Yeah. Or do you pay them every 3 months or every quarter? Or do you pay them every year, once a year? So have a think about how often you pay those, because that now is going to be the key of the cash flow. At what point does the money come in and at what point does the money go out? So we are looking at money going out. So at what point in the year do you need to spend this money? If it's spent every month, put it January, February, March on every month. If you spend it every 3 months, then put it on the month, every 3 months, every third month, depending on when you actually spend it. And now we'll start creating your cash flow statement. So this is just the beginning. So let's do the cash out first. So have a think about all those things, the fixed cost. Now, after fixed costs, we have your material costs. And these will apply to you if you make a product, if you manufacture something. Let's say you are a baker, so all the ingredients that you need to make your cake. If you are, I don't know, if I go back to pineapples, if you sell pineapples, the cost of buying the pineapples, because without you buying the pineapples, there'll be no pineapples to sell. So that's what those are, direct costs. So direct materials that you need in order to get your things moved from point A to point B. If you're consulting or service-based business, it will be the consultants who will be delivering the work. So if it's you delivering the work, what's the cost of you doing that work? Because if you are sick, you will probably need to hire somebody to do that work. So what's the cost of hiring someone to do the work on your behalf for your client? So that's if you're just a way for you to start thinking about costings and things. So material costs, so important, because without them, you won't be able to sell anything. So think about those and put that down. How much did you buy last month? Yeah. Or how much did you spend last year? If you have been tracking your costs and you're fantastic at this, this will really be awesome. So how much have you spent last month? How much do you actually spend? Let's start thinking about per product or per order. And at what point do you order? Do you order every month or every 3 months or every twice a year, depending on when you make those orders? Now write it on that table. Yeah, slot it in at the month when you actually buy your materials. Yeah, so that's for materials. Then we have exceptional things. Now, many people don't think about this. If you're a small business and you find yourself sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm so broke, I need to go get some cash quick. And there are those, I don't know, those quick loans, which you borrow for like 24 hours and then you pay back, or you borrow for like 2 months and then you have to pay back. Remember, you have to pay those back. So those are also part of your cash flow. So if you've borrowed any money, yeah, you need to put that also. When is it due to be paid back? Is it being paid back this month, next month, or 2 months from now, 6 months from now? It doesn't matter. And the thing most people forget is the interest. So how much interest are you also paying back? Yeah, if you've brought in investors into your business and they've invested in you and you need to pay them back, when are you going to pay them back? What is the interest? That also affects your cash flow, because remember, it's all about cash. Yeah, have that written down also. And I just wanted to say something about this small, quick money that you borrow. Small businesses, I think we sometimes are blinded by the fact that the money is immediately available and you forget to look at the interest that you'll be paying back. So I would just advise you, whenever you're borrowing any of those, our aim is that you never have to borrow the quick fixed loans because they are very expensive. But if you ever have to, just bear in mind how much interest will you be paying, and think about that as well as you put it in your cash flow statement, because now we're going to learn how to build one so that you can always have one available to you. So slot that in, the money you borrowed plus the interest. And then the last thing that we'll put in is, I call it small expenses. So these are things that you spend in your business, but are, every now and then. For example, if you have an office, maybe office stationery, you don't buy that all the time frequently. You just buy it when it runs out. But you need like a petty cash or something that you can be using to just buy these things. Yeah. So things like stationery, pens, or just small things that you need in order for your business to, for your business just to tick along. But they're not very expensive. But still, you need still a budget for them. Just have a look and see the last few months, how much have you been spending in those small things, and add that also on your on your 12 months cash flow statement. So now we are building the cash flow statement. So that will be the cost. So remember, fixed expenses, material cost, the exceptionals, which are like borrowings, the loans that you borrowed, and then the small expenses. So have that written out. And now what I want you to do is, after you've written it, is add every column up. Yeah, add it up so that you know how much in a month your business needs in order to function. So that's the bare minimum that you need in order for your business to function. Then add all the columns up, then you get a total for the year. How much a year do you need in order for your business to function? Yeah, and we'll come back again and touch on this tomorrow, because now we'll look at the cash in and see, are you bringing in enough money to feed your business? So let's have a look at that cash out. Do that exercise, and when you finished it, we'll start a thread in our Facebook group. So if you're in a Facebook group, this is an opportunity for you to get interactive. If you're not, you can come and join. It's Simple Finance for Small Businesses. We'll put the link also on our YouTube viewers for you to be able to join. But in the Facebook group, please write in it, were you surprised by the amount that your business needs every month to tick along, to function? Or did you already know that? Were you pleasantly surprised in that, oh, it's not that expensive? Or were you like, oh my God, what is this I've created? Yeah. So let us know whether you're surprised or not in our Facebook group, or you can also email me at nmpesha@trionco.com. I will put the email as well in the group so that you can email me directly and let me know whether you were shocked, surprised, or what's happening. So I'd love this to be interactive. I'd love to hear your feedback on what you found when you did your cash out. And then we will proceed now to day 2, tomorrow. So I hope that has been useful. I want you to take it away and implement it. So you only get out of the sessions when you actually apply it. So go and sit and think about your business and just write, and just, and it might be that you don't finish it today and you will keep adding on to it, when you remember things over the next 3 days as we go through the challenge. So whenever you remember something, oh yeah, I spent that, write it down on that, in the month that you spend it. Yeah. If the year is too long for you, but the year is at least minimum of what you should have, break it down into a month and just write 4 weeks in the month, and then you can do it that way. Like, at what point in the month do I spend this money? But I would really love for you to have a 12-month plan, or 12-month visibility of what your business needs. So that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much for joining the challenge. I'm so excited. This is day 1, and day 2 we'll be talking about cash out. I will, as usual, send a reminder to everybody on the Facebook group and on emails. If you're on the email list as well, you should get an email. I've noticed many people have said they're not getting the email, so it's probably in your junk. So if you've already given me your email to email you, please have a look at your junk and add me to your contacts so that in future it comes into your inbox. So that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much for joining. I'll say bye for now, and I will see you next week. Sorry, I will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.